boys and girls. Today we are going to continue with our unit on tigers. Yes, so for today's beginning portion, we always start with our poem, okay, our poem. Okay, perfect. So everyone go ahead and grab your poem. It's called Big Tiger. Awesome. All right, so this poem is really, really fun. It's to the tune of If You're Happy and You Know It. You know, like if you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. Just like that. So I want you guys to remember that song, because when I say this the first time, I'm going to read it. The second time we're going to do it like the song. Okay, here we go. Big tiger. If you see a big tiger, give a roar. Roar. If you see a big tiger, give a roar. Roar. It's a really big cat. What do you think about that? If you see a big tiger, give a roar. Roar. Good. Now we're going to sing it to the tune of If You're Happy and You Know It. Okay, I'm going to do it really nice and slow so that you guys can sing it along with me, okay? All right. If you see a big tiger, give a roar. Roar. If you see a big tiger, give a roar. Roar. It's a really big cat. What do you think about that? If you see a big tiger, give a roar. Roar. Good. All right, good job, boys and girls. Now, what I want you guys to do is focus on what happens in the beginning, what happens in the middle, and what happens at the end. Remember, we always like to focus on beginning, middle, and end. Order of events, beginning, middle, end. Good. Okay? So I want you guys to focus on order of events, beginning, middle, end. Good. We've already focused a lot on the characters of the story. So when I say the characters of the story, good. And then the setting, good. But we already know a lot of that because all year we worked on that. All year. So now let's focus on beginning, middle, and end. Good. So let's think about what happens first, what happens in the middle, and what happens at the very big end, okay? So what are we saying at the beginning? Yes. Oh, I see a big tiger. Good. And if you see a big tiger, what do? Roar. Good. What happens in the middle? Good. We find out it's a really big cat. Yes, a tiger is just like a really big cat. Good. And then what happens at the very end? Yes, it asks us a question. It says, what do you think about that? Good. If you see a big tiger, give a roar. Roar. Good. So we know that throughout the story, it happens over and over and over again, right? The same thing. If you see a big tiger, she's telling you to give a roar. Good. And I'm only going to say it's a girl because if you guys pull out your retell pieces, you'll have 4 retell pieces that look just like this, and it's a little girl. Awesome. Good. All right, so everyone should have these. I want you guys to go ahead and cut your retell pieces out. I want you guys to cut your retell pieces out. Misty already colored hers. If you have not colored yours, it is a-okay. Go ahead and color after. I'm going to give you guys about 15 minutes to do this assignment, so you'll have more than enough time to color. Okay, so Misty's going to cut them out. If Misty is cutting too fast, what can you do to your YouTube video? Correct. You can go ahead and pause me, and that will give you more time to continue. All right, so here are my 4 pieces. Now, I am going to put them from beginning, middle, and end. I have 4 pieces total. Okay, so 4 pieces total. Now, you don't have to glue them anywhere as long as you're able to tell me what happens in the beginning, the middle, and the end. Now, if you want to glue them on a piece of paper or anywhere you want to put them, that's okay too. Misty's going to tape them onto the board. Okay? All right, I'm going to tape them on the board so that you guys can see how to do this. All right, here we go. So what happens at the beginning of my poem? Good. I do. I see a really, if I see a big tiger, I'm going to give a roar, right? Good. So I'm going to find the piece that says, if you see a big tiger, give a roar. Roar! Good. So I'm going to put that first because I know that if I see a big tiger, my first instinct Instinct. Open and close your eyes. Good. My first instinct is I'm going to give a roar. So I know that that happens at the beginning of my story. Everyone say beginning. If you see a big tiger, give a roar. Good. Okay. What happens next? Good. If we see a big tiger, give a roar, right? How many times did it tell us to do this? 2 times. Good. So I'm going to need another piece that says, if you see a big tiger, give a roar. Roar. Good. What's next? Good. It's a really big cat. What do you think about that? Good. So that would be my next piece. It's a really big cat. What do you think about that? Awesome. So I know that this is the next piece. I know that that's the next piece only because I saw that in my story. Okay, so that's more towards the middle. Now let's go to the very end of my story, or my poem, right? My poem. At the very end. What do we see at the very end of my poem? Good. Yes. If you see a big tiger, give a roar. Good. So the last part of my poem says the same thing again. We saw that over and over again. So it makes it really easy for us to put our story together because a lot of the story says the same thing over and over again. But those are all helpful because it helps us remember what happens in the beginning, what happens in the middle, and what happens at the very end. All right, boys and girls, now what you guys are going to do is go ahead and put it in order. Now, if you want to label after you've done this, you're more than welcome to label it. So what happens first? In the middle, and the very last one. So I've put 1, 2, 3, and 4. And I put the numbers just so that I remember that this one happens first, this one happens second, this one happens third, and this one happens fourth. So I know the order of events for all of my retell pieces. When you are done, you will take a picture of the order of your retell pieces and send it to me on Seesaw. Send it to me on Seesaw. Thank you, boys and girls. I'll see you in Hangout.